Huh. Well, we have a little problem here.
Uh-oh.
We're not getting on Facebook for some reason.
Hmm.
So we're going to start over on Facebook.
All right.
I think it was just getting too much bit rate or something. Welcome, YouTube. Tom Glancy. I see that. Guilty all 34 counts. Well, you know them fuckers want to get him, that's for sure.
And they got him.
They got him. They definitely got him. How you doing, Tom?
The objective is achieved.
Yeah. I don't know what political mindset everybody has, but it's pretty fucked up when your government can pull that kind of shit off, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it is.
And we'll see how everybody reacts, but if that's not partisan, I don't know what is.
I agree.
I'm doing great, man. My buddy Tom's on the line. He's from Naples as well. He lives in right down the road here in Palmetto. I'm trying to start this on Facebook again. I'm doing good. I'm kind of semi-retired now, or unemployed. You might want to call it that.
But it was a chosen unemployment.
A chosen unemployment.
Yeah. So you call that retirement.
And I closed the company Utoya, so we had a show for 2 years on Utoya. Didn't get a lot of traction because we get shadow banned. So we're trying to start a new show and see if we don't get shadow banned.
Well, you can't, the stoner thing, doesn't go well. If we were sitting here dressed like women, everything would have been fine. We'd have had a ton of followers.
Well, I know that Tom is not a Trump fan, and that's cool. But the way this thing went down, it was how the case was presented. 2 other jurisdictions wouldn't even take the case.
The federal jurisdictions wouldn't even take it.
So it's pretty controversial at the least. At the least. I don't know why.
I'll just call it what it is. A fix.
Well, they don't want Trump in there again, that's for sure. And between Letitia and Bragg, they nailed him. So now we don't know what's going to happen. Send him to jail? Probation? What do you think?
I think jail.
They might do that.
Why stop now? I mean, by probation, they're really not going to keep him from, getting out there and talking. The only way to do that is to put him in jail. So I think that's what they're going to do.
They probably are.
Yep.
The biggest event of any president for sure. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Well, how you doing, Rick? How's your week?
Doing good. It's been good so far. Not over yet.
I've got a little technical difficulties here, but we do have a few people on Facebook. Melissa, how you doing? Tom passed by to chime in on Trump. Well, if you watch the whole thing, Tom, it's a lot of things. I watch CNN a lot of the time during this trial too to get both aspects of it. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the stuff that they are doing and the jury instructions they gave were all to not in Trump's favor. That's for sure. Yeah. And the judge they chose actually has ties to Pelosi, his daughter. And
and he's a temporary judge.
Yeah, and
that's what gets me, a temporary judge for a case like this.
Hey, Jeff, Minnesota, we wondered what happened. What communism? Now, I don't know why I'm not getting my Facebook feed, and it's kind of bummed me out because we had 1,100 viewers on Facebook, and now, let's see if I can fix this. We're still, did we stop on? Nope, we're still there. Let's see what's happening here. Why are we not on Facebook? Good to see you, Jeff. Are you still walking your dog? Yeah, but if you've seen the instructions he left and the way he laid out the case, Tom, it's definitely sketchy. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of happy people, but there's going to also be a lot of controversy to this thing.
Yep.
And I appreciate you chiming in. It's always good to hear both sides of the story. But the truth of the matter is, every day with the mushroom, there's a lot of controversy over this thing, whether you like it or not. And the way that this case, and the way that Latifah brought her case, they campaigned to get Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they just, this was,
It's what
and
they
it's
ran on.
charges that wouldn't have even taken up by anybody, any other court, except one in New York. And when you got the jury from New York and they're instructed by the judge, and they gave him three things they didn't even have to agree on to find him guilty. So it is what it is. He's guilty, and whether you like it or not, it's historical. It's kind of sad in a way that politics and politicians are able to do this to each other.
So blatantly. Also.
Yeah, it's not.
They don't. They're not even hiding it.
No, not at all. They're doing right in front of everybody, and
Yep.
and they keep us fighting with each other. So most everybody has their opinion, and they don't want to go any other opinion.
Yeah.
They're happy just with the opinion they've got. And I'm a little bummed here. I'm trying to make sure I can get this. Oh, okay. Well, it's saying it's working here. I mean, it wasn't like they just. This was. And it's chart. I'm a little bummed here. I'm trying to make sure I can get the. I think we're on. Okay. Well, it's saying it's working here. I just can't see it on here.
Come on.
All right. Cheryl Scooby stopped by. How you doing?
Don't scratch me.
All right. So we can't see it up there. Then okay. At least we're on both.
Hey, we have a new visitor to the show.
Yeah,
He hasn't been on for a while.
You had a penis in your lap, bro.
He jumped right up there.
No, the judge didn't bring the verdict. He just guided it. I've watched it pretty close from the CNN's standpoint and Fox's standpoint, and no matter how you ring it up, you gotta wonder if that's what we really want out of our political system.
Yeah, because even CNN, I mean, they had people on there saying that this case really was not going to go anywhere, and I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it.
No, I didn't. I couldn't believe
and
it.
if they were saying it, it's like okay, but I still knew that it was gonna turn out the way it did, guilty verdicts.
Well, I kind of figured that too. You know that he didn't. They're not going to let him win. They're absolutely not going to let him win. And they're going to fight it until the election.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know who in their right mind thinks that we have any good prospects. If Joe Biden is our only prospect, we're doomed.
He's going to be out too.
Tom, I don't know how you feel about the Democratic president right now, but I know you're a smart guy and you can't really be thinking too highly of some of the things he's doing unless 15 million illegals and Chinese nationalists and everybody sneaking in this country. It's like a Trojan horse. And the amount of drugs and things coming in, and the amount of inflation from spending $4 trillion on, and not only spending $4 trillion, we got screwed on about $500 billion in fraud. That's how bad the government handles these handouts. So everybody thinks how great these handouts are, and they turn around and result in 8% inflation, which means that if you have $100,000 now, next year it's going to be worth 92. You'll have to make 108 to counterbalance, and then you get taxed on 108. So there is not a good result out of a financially strapped country.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that it's all Biden's fault, but what he's done is he's starved our economy with lack of oil production. We're spending billions on subsidies for electric components, which, hey, electric has its place. I believe it certainly does. However, did you know the windmill fans, okay, the blades, when they start breaking down, okay, because they break down and they wear out, that shit is like, toxic. It's like fiberglass. And that's getting in the waterways, and it's a higher pollutant than the CO2 they're trying to replace it with.
Yeah.
So it's anything you trust the government on, they're probably going to fuck it up. And they have. It's
Definitely.
historically proven they have. So if they want the auto manufacturers to build electric cars, they're going to build it. Okay? Because they're getting money from the government. Then we're funding wars. Now, if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you always notice that there's a lot more wars when the Democrats are in office. We're involved in almost three wars already, and those wars are expensive. So what they do is they allot printed money that we don't have, that we're going to pay interest on, right? To build weapons to send over and destroy and kill civilians. So the blood's on our hands too, if you ask me. The last money they're giving Ukraine, they didn't say they're gonna win the war. They said it's gonna avoid, what was the term? Avoid. I have to look that up.
It was a section or avoid the Russians from taking.
Yeah,
more of
you're not gonna
whatever
win.
area they're in, right?
Let's see. What is the recent investment in Ukraine going to do? Because you can't win the war.
Yeah.
I forgot what he said. Why would the Ukraine sector do this? Well, on top of that, we support these wars. The $60 billion they allocated goes into our GDP because we have factories that are going to build those weapons to send over to Ukraine. Joseph is on the line. Denise is watching. Hey, guys. So we're talking about Trump being guilty. 34 counts, every count. Who's surprised? Not me, really.
Not me.
Scotty's watching. Nice to see you, Scott. So now what? We got a dumbass in the office. We have another guy that's a convicted felon, and we have no other options. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest with you, that we didn't even have. Nobody has a choice. Americans don't have a choice in who's president. They devise. I was watching Joe. What up, Joe?
Hey, I'm calling in because I said I would.
So we're gonna have I guess I can run for president now. If you can be a convicted felon and run, maybe I should throw my hat in the bag.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we need to get somebody who's more real in the chair.
Well, I know you're kind of political neutral. You don't really give a fuck one way or another.
Right, I'm all about political freedom.
Yeah, being free, but not necessarily agreeing, right?
More of a
Right,
libertarian.
Yeah. I think my dad said I'm a libertarian. I don't know
Is
if
that
I
what it
understand
is?
that, but,
Or I don't know
that's
what
what he
I am
said.
because I've never been allowed to vote. So
I put no affiliation on mine, and I guess that just means my vote doesn't count.
yeah. So how's that elbow doing, Joe?
Healing faster than most expected. My initial healing time frame was set to be 6 to 8 months,
Right.
and I'm out of the brace now, and
Cool.
I have I'm about 10, 15 degrees away from full motion being returned, and about 5 degrees away from my arm being able to go completely straight.
That's awesome, man. You might want to try some of those healing patches too.
Yeah. I was actually just talking to my physical therapist today and brought up peptides. And
Yeah, I can get you a deal.
yeah, he said they're quite expensive.
Not too bad. Not too bad. You'd think it's about $150 for 20 that last a month.
Now apparently I'm supposed to be looking for a specific one, which I think is like ISP 500 or something.
Yes, that's a healing one. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what he said I want to look for because that'll help with my joints and stuff. And you know me, I'm not a fan of needles unless it's tattooing. So I'm all about the gummy or the patch.
Hey, Joe. Last Friday night, we went to the Tampa Bay Rays game, and as we're going in, they gave us everybody got a skateboard deck.
That's awesome.
What, are you interested in getting a new one?
I can't say that I'm not. I'm not afraid of skateboards. That didn't stop me. I'll be back on it trying to do a kickflip soon.
Yeah, well, now that you're healing so fast, you might as well, bang yourself up a little more, you know?
Yeah, I try it out a little bit. See what happens.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking.
no, I'm going to be playing it relatively safe, but I'm not scared of skateboarding
Yeah.
still. I'm happy to. I'm happy to stay ignorant and young.
That's all right. You're only 32. You didn't fuck yourself up too bad. You got plenty
right.
of time to go.
Yeah, that was my first surgery ever.
Yeah.
And, that was my first major injury ever. So, yeah, I think for what it's worth, I'm doing pretty good not hurting myself.
So we had a fun show last week, or a couple weeks ago, and first time on Facebook without being shadow banned, and we got about 1,200 views. So
Yeah,
I
not
think
to get us re-shadow banned, but I did want to say, that a big portion of my healing process can be attributed to that arthritis cream that was developed while we were together.
yeah. Well, I just was by and seen Matt today, and he's doing good. He's keeping things going, and he's paying his bills. He's paying me, so I'm happy. And if anybody wants to buy any of those lovely Utoya products, right? All you got to
Now's
do.
definitely the time.
Yeah, he's got some really badass flower right now, and
That's gonna go.
Best Life. Okay,
The law just hit.
Best Life is for your promo code for Utoya. And Joe, if you want to check out Pure Peptides, you can use the same promo code Best Life and get a discount on your
So
patches.
that's Pure Peptides.
PurePeptides.io.
I'm gonna go right now just to check it out. PurePeptides.io. And guys, if you're not curious about peptides, it's the #1 topic in the health world right now.
Well, I'm getting I'm going to get my own line of patches. I talked to the manufacturer today, and I think we're going to do maybe do a Viking theme or Best Life peptides or something. And
I don't disagree with that idea. That's a great idea.
yeah, so even though I'm unemployed, I might as well have some passive income. They call it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Multiple streams of passive income. That's the way.
Well, I love you, Joe. Thanks for calling. I hope
Yep,
you get a
much
chance
love.
to watch the show some more, and maybe you can drop in next time or something. We're gonna do one every 2 weeks, probably.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. Lately, I'm working until 8 or 9 at night.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm almost done with my big project, and I should see a little bit of vacation time, so I'll give it a go.
All right, brother. Well, I'm glad you're
All
healing
right.
up well. Thanks for calling.
Yep, much love, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace
I'll see
out.
you guys next time.
All right.
Peace.
See you, brother.
All right, let's get a little music going here, and I'm gonna roll up a joint for the conversation. Venus, you're gonna have to get down right now. Okay, see, go ahead. See if he doesn't care.
He hadn't seen me for a while.
Yeah.
He missed me. All right,
He's a
buddy.
lover.
All right, buddy. Here we go. Oh.
He's got some new toys. Nice tune, Rick. Get everybody in the groove. Got some new people signed on. Jeffrey James, Matthew, Scott Reese. Nice for you guys to stop by. Appreciate it. That was a good tune, Rick. I was all in the zone, baby. So if you just tuned in, we're talking about Trump's guilty verdict. I guess it's not a big surprise. What's next? What's next? It's gonna be.
Who knows, man?
Could you imagine that fucking guy's legal fees?
No.
Yeah, I like that song. It almost put me to sleep.
Actually, that's an old Rush song. The chord progression is called "The Necromancer."
Ah, okay.
It goes way back, like to 75, 76, something like that.
I like that. That thing could play for a long time. I'd be happy to hear that.
And there starts out like that, but then it goes into some really wild, yeah.
So it's 5
I didn't go
o'clock most everywhere within our time zone. So we are having, I think he's having a Bruce's Damn Hard Lemonade. I'm having a glass of wine, and we're going to have a joint now in Florida. Amendment 3's out, making legal marijuana use. What about that? You agree with that? I think so. That was a great tune. That was not Rush. He just said what it was.
No, it was a chord progression from a Rush song. That's all that was.
We'll have to keep that on the plate. I like that song.
Yeah.
Scott Galloway's watching. Jay Whitten, Leanne Moats. Thanks for stopping by. Judy Payne. Doing a lot of regulars. So if you want to join us with the cocktail or a joint, that's what we're doing. If you want to call in, the phone number's right here. Tell us what you think about this great nation of ours and how beautifully run it is and how safe we are and how our money will make it a long ways in today's economy.
I'm curious too, how many agree or disagree with it. Not that you have to.
Yeah, give us some thumbs up if you agree
Yeah.
with the Trump.
Yeah, you don't have to
verdict?
go into any, but just
No,
I'm just
if
curious.
you say, "Hey, fuck him," he's a he's a scoundrel. But I've been actually watching it from both sides, CNN and Fox, and it didn't look like they had a whole lot of evidence, and their whole case was wrapped around a couple liars. So, and then the jury, the judges. That's what I wanted to find out is what relationship that judge had with. Here, I'll pull that up. If anybody has any good insight, give me a call. Give me a call. 727-422-7075. This is some new THCA from Utoya Organics, my old company. We're still friendly. You still can use Bruce's our Best Life to get a discount on all your Utoya products. Here, I'll put that right here. Best Life. Oops, that's one word. Best Life. Utoya.com. So we did get hooked up on Facebook as well. So I'm glad I figured that out. Best Life promo code for Utoya.com. Now, a lot of you guys know that I started doing peptides about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago. It's been, I think. And I'm feeling pretty damn good. And a lot of people weren't really interested in it because you had to use a needle, right? Well, guess what? You don't have to no more, and I'll show you why. Because now they got a patch. So what I'm going to do, I got with my buddies, and they're going to set me up a website, and I'm going to focus mainly on the patch. Let's see. .io. Oops. Pure peptide. Peptides.io. I wish I would have took typing as a kid. Then we add a source here. We go here. Video file, audio file, capture, desktop capture, smart selection. Okay, so I'm going to pick this up here. Yeah, and so this is pure peptides. And these patches are awesome. He's getting great response from them. And again, if you use Best Life, you will get a discount. But they got the TB 500 BPC 157 is a healing and muscle regeneration peptide. The GHKCU is for skin. Ipamorelin. I gotta practice saying thing. The ipamorelin, you got that's some big words for a fat old man. Can I heal hearing? I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I didn't hear you. So it's really doing me some good. Now, anti-aging is what you want to do when you get old, right? You don't want to keep aging, so we want to preserve what we have, and maybe reverse even some of what we've been doing. So that's what we're trying, right, Ray?
Yep.
So I created my own little drink, and you didn't drink it, did you?
The drink, yes. And
It didn't taste that bad, did it?
well, yeah, you know the cinnamon's a little huff, and the I'm not doing the 2 teaspoons of the other stuff that you mixed up.
Well, you don't do it at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, well, and that is just the cinnamon doesn't dissolve, so that's
Yeah,
little, 2 teaspoons is a little.
Oh, on the special blend I made.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious what some of you all have to say about our former president being found guilty. If you feel like calling in, we're here, baby, we're here. So I was going to look up the judge and what relation he had with Pelosi, because I heard his. Let's see.
His daughter works for it's some kind of like a fundraising.
Oh, and we got somebody. Greetings. How are you? This is.
Take me to your leader.
He's excuse me. I'll have to get him out of jail. So is Nebraska Trump friendly, or are you trying to reelect the sleeping old man?
So I know exactly what Nebraska is. I just don't want to talk about my position on the whole thing. But Nebraska is very Trump friendly.
Yeah, here's the bummer. They pit us against each other, so we don't even feel like talking about it, okay?
Well, okay, okay, all right. I mean, I don't want to be, so I'm not like, I never was into political science. So, but I do have some opinions. I just don't know. I just don't usually voice them, especially here, because I'm on both sides of the fence.
Well, you should be. You should be, and here's the thing. Justice, okay? Now, if somebody causes an injustice, what happens now is most people, they'll take a picture of it, but they won't, and they know it's wrong, but they're not going to state their opinion on it because they don't want to be condoned.
I guess.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. So go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's why I said I guess. I'm agreeing without agreeing. Because I'm not exactly one of those people, because I do talk with like my people.
My
Me and
people.
my mom used to go head to head all the time about politics, and then we would have to end the conversation with, we just need to, love each other at the end of the day and agree to disagree, And then now as far as Trump's presidency, there are some things, like I see the lie, but then you have this whole controversy aspect of it, and as far as his character, and then you think about how, I know that our forefathers probably had their things going on, but everybody's got issues, right? But this is so public, and this is the first time it's been so public, so it is scary to face.
It's scary to think that this can happen on charges like these charges, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like these were highly criminal charges. They were charges that wouldn't have even been taken up.
They were charges most of us that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
the actions that led up to the charge
Well-
are valid for a lot of people who walk this earth. And so it's hard to say, man, he's so wrong for that. But again, he's in the spotlight of presidency, so it's not a great look. You know?
Well, you look back in history, you had Nixon with the Watergate scandal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty heavy deal, and he just dove out of office, Then Bill Clinton, he paid off that one chick $800,000, and they had that in this Trump trial about Stormy Daniels. That's not even what this thing was about. So it was really more of a kind of a public legal lynching, if you ask me.
Yep.
And Andrew Johnson, huh?
I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But I think it's because a lot of the people who are very political look at it like, oh my God.
I wonder if they can fit a desk in one of them prison cells, like the presidential desk.
Yeah, it'll become the cubicle office.
There's some of these people probably lynching him and then going off, telling their wives I got late work, and in a room with like 8 different people, male and female, doing some orgy type shit. Like, so, I mean, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on with this whole thing, and I do feel bad for Trump in that aspect, but there are some other things about Trump that has been in light, probably,
Well, listen, he ain't that glamorous of a guy. He's a construction worker, okay? He and when you look at character, right? Character can be almost, you can almost be labeled. Like what's his name? Weinstein, right? They railroaded him into prison for 30 years, and guess what? Now they overturned his conviction.
Yep.
Because they were over the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now he's got other shit he's done
when you're
wrong.
in the public eye, why you need to keep your ass out of the public eye.
Yeah, and looky here.
What he did was a hell of a lot worse, though.
Yeah, and looky here, you got Epstein, right? They killed that fucker, and nobody knows. They put out a partial list of the people, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to tell. And even P. Diddy, they went and raided his houses, not to arrest him, to get all the tapes that he had on everybody that visited his house. They don't care about arresting his ass. They just want to get them tapes out of there.
Again, with the public eye.
That's right.
I mean, there's a lot of us. I don't know when to say me included or not, but like have done some pretty shady shit. But if I ever became famous, say for like singing, I know someone's coming forth with something.
Yeah.
I got plenty of something.
Well, I was going to say, Christine, that now with my criminal record, it might be okay for me to run for president. If Donald Trump's a convict, right?
I mean, I just might write it my damn self.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can do it at this point. And,
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Trump. It wasn't the way he ran things that were nice when he actually did make decisions in the office and stuff like that. I will take that into consideration. It's just the public eye shit, and then all these things, and then he's putting himself right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't. He definitely wasn't too sensitive on his thinking, right?
I know, no, exactly, and that's what makes him a complete dumbass.
That's
like,
right.
If you're that smart, dude, and you're that business-like, take yourself out of this situation and fix it. Pay the bitch more money, or do whatever you have to do to shut her up. Just keep your ass out of the public eye like this. I mean, it's stupid. It's just retarded. You know how many people in his position, or maybe not president, but even president, get away with so much shit? No, you're just gonna go. Just make sure everybody knows. Like there is no cat litter being covering up your shit. You're just I just this shit right here in the middle of the woods and don't even give a shit about it. Let everybody see it.
No, I agree with you on that. He could have been a little more couth,
Yeah, exactly.
But
And it pisses me off because I think he does say on both sides of the fence, it's with Trump and this whole thing with Trump. And it's like, damn, I wish you could have just been a little more smart about your public shit. And then maybe you can do exactly what you say, making America better. But you're not making America better because you're causing a whole division, race, colors, sexual things, and all this other shit. You're just dividing all of it, and everybody has their different opinions, and you're not going to win that way.
That's right. And then if our only other choice is an 82-year-old senile fucking career politician, we're fucked.
Kill me now. Kill me now.
You know, people don't listen. I mean, I agree with a lot you said about Trump. He in the 2016 when he beat Hillary, that was amazing because nobody thought that he was going to win.
That was going to happen.
He still denies that. By
And
the way.
if he would have done a few things like you said, a little more couth, a little less mean tweets, and a little more just get the work done and not have to be
Right.
Mr. Smarty Pants or whatever. And you know,
Totally power tripping.
yeah, he got an ego trip out of it, you know. Now,
Right, like I went from the top of the Trump Tower in New York City to the top of America Tower and the whole damn no.
Absolutely.
For you. So I mean.
well, see, listen, I wish that all Americans, like when we started the show, a buddy of mine, Tom Glancy, I went to school with him. We lived together. We partied together. I haven't seen him a lot in recent years, but you know, he's a great guy. And he's very liberal, and he's to the point of liberalism that where it's all left, right? The right has no correct
No.
No
anything.
validity, no.
Yeah.
And you know, then there's people that are the other way. Okay, they put their Trump flags on the back of their pickup, and you know, and away they go, and they don't think
I hear that.
twice. And
Yeah.
30 years ago, George Carlin said it. The same thing's been going on forever, and we're too fucking stupid to even see what they do. They bring up race, they bring up religion, they bring up sexual orientation. And if you notice, as the years have gone by, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, you never heard of a transgender person.
Oh yeah. Now it's everywhere.
Now, and it's only 1.6% of the population are sympathizers. Well, 1.6%.
Right.
It's
I can't.
it's probably less, but my point is, it turns into a divider. Okay, they create these things, and then they fund them and finance them, right? And and people argue about it.
The lifestyle, if there wasn't such a division and such a in your face, I get it, you're proud. I support everything that you're doing, except the fact that again the public shit, because you're making a lot more people susceptible. This is why I'm this way. If this is a thing from your birth, yeah, we get that. It's cool, but why do we have to I feel like
It's really fucked up when a
transition.
it's really fucked up when a young boy can't dress up as an Indian, but a grown man can dress up like a woman and pretend he's a woman. Okay, it's really fucked up when they let men go into women's sports. What kind of mentality? How can you even rationalize that? How can you even say there's even anything close to admirable about that? Are you with me on that?
And yeah, I am actually. And my mom, she was a gay and Republican. Just to let you know.
Well, you can be
But
gay
she was
Republican.
There are a few.
He was very, well, I know. I mean, I have a friend that I went to high school with that he went to law school and all that, and now he's a politician and flamboyant. Actually, we dated once, and I was like, I don't know, something's weird about you, and we ended up being best friends. But anyhow, he's a gay Republican politician. So it's whatever, that is a thing, because people can be gay and have brains.
Absolutely.
But, to choose what they want to do. I'm again, both sides of the thing.
But
That's because my mom was that way and even said, she called me one day, like, that they're letting these men come into the bathroom with the females? And I'm like, than that, right? And I was like kind of surprised because my mom's like, hell no, this won't fly, you know. They're men. Go to the men's bathroom. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's right. Mom, stand up for what you believe, you know. You know, you can be one way or the other and still know what's right and what's wrong.
Absolutely. And you know, I've had a lot of gay and lesbian people work for me, and they don't. This last Pride event they had in St. Pete, I have like 4 or 5 of the girls in the shop are gay, and they assigned a transgender person to the parade, the leader of the parade. That's insulting to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We have
Wait, no, I kind of lost you. Wait, what happened?
what I'm saying is, what I said is the Pride Parade in St. Pete, the head
Okay.
Pride leader, what are
Okay.
like the swamp buggy queen equivalent or whatever, right?
Right,
He
right.
was a gay, he was a transgender man, right?
So he was a woman to a man?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the gay people were very upset about that because
Well, but
they don't necessarily agree with the transgender ideology, is my point.
oh, okay. No, I mean I can kind of get that, but the thing is, here's one thing. I'll tell you, my mom, she was never part of those gay parades. She was never part of that whole rainbow or pink triangle shit. You know, like some of her partners were, but she was just like always like, not. No, she worked for Exxon Mobil in the legal offices, you know. So I mean, she wasn't a lawyer, but she worked in there, you know. So, but she was always very conservative, very. She wasn't outlandish. She didn't go out and she didn't cuss it. And the more things progressed as I grew older, I think she started to get annoyed with how, you know, it's like that. There's a sense of pride once you grow into learning this is me and I can be okay with that. But pushing it onto little bitty minds.
No, exactly. It's if you
That's
want to
kind
be,
of fucked up.
yeah, if you want to,
Figure out who you are. Don't let it be all posted up in your face. Like, it's cool to be this way. Nah, it's cool to be that way if you figure out that you're that way and you want to live that way. But don't press it on the little minds that don't even understand this shit yet.
well, here's a,
You know.
what are you smoking tonight, man? You must be on something good because you're on a roll.
It's that no, first of all, yeah, so that Euphoria, I'm on my vape, and then whatever my dad gave me.
You've been on a terror, girl.
Whatever my dad gave me.
Whatever pills those were from my dad.
You've never had a show like this where I have so much to say. Like,
Well, I think our new format's going to do pretty good because we're not getting shadow blocked. So on Facebook, we have a lot more people watching the show, and we're not getting shadow banned. So YouTube's not that heavy yet, but I was surprised we did 1,200 views on our last show. So we're gonna keep it up, and we're gonna
nice.
So we're gonna talk shit. We're gonna keep talking shit.
I've been super busy, so I've been kind of absent. I started like 4:30 at my store, 4:30 a.m. and to 10 o'clock, and it feels like I'm off every day. It's pretty cool. I go in, I do breakfast, I come home, and I'm like, I'm done for the day.
Nice.
At 10 a.m. Hell yeah, it's nice. It's like, damn, when did I order?
Well,
Right.
I'm unemployed now, or some people call it retired. I still do shit,
Yeah.
but in the morning I used to wake up and have that little anxiety, like, man, I gotta make sure are getting paychecks this week. I gotta,
Right. No, that's me.
Yeah.
Remember, I text you. I was like, "Is this still a thing?" Because I put it in my last order. I was like, "Papers now if it's still a thing." Like.
Yeah, I have no stress. So we create stress when we don't have stress, right? Now we create stress.
True.
We try and think of something to stress out about. It's the fucking weirdest thing in the world. It's like, man, I should be doing something. I can't just be enjoying every day and going to the beach and taking a walk and taking a sauna and hitting the hot tub and You know?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm practicing.
Repeatedly, over and over again.
Well, I love you, Christina. I'm glad you're in such a talkative mood.
Okay. Well,
Give my best to your hubby, and I'm sure.
Okay, well, as soon as he gets home from golf.
Oh, what a great life! You sleep till 10, and he plays golf. Who makes money in that
No,
family?
sleep till 10.
Huh?
Sleep till 10. I only work till 10. I wake up very early in the morning to go to work. Was my point.
Yeah, 4:30 to 10.
4:30 to 10.
That's a beautiful
9
day.
hours.
That's a
It
beautiful
was
day.
beautiful. It has been.
Well, I really appreciate your open and honest opinion about how you feel about Trump and the Republican Party and the current state of affairs. It's very nice to hear a Nebraskan bipartisan view of it all.
Well, thank you.
All right, sweetie.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good day.
Hey, peace out.
Hi.
All
Barb
right,
is in the
bye.
house.
Bye,
Oh,
bye.
Hi,
he's on.
everybody.
Say hi, Barb.
Hi, everybody.
And the kitty has seen her.
Yes.
Rick is going to play another tune. I like that last one you did. That was good. So you got to compete with that now. Hi, Barb.
How are you?
Smelling meatballs in there?
No, I do not.
They might not be as good as I thought they were, but they were delicious when I made them. If you follow me on Facebook, I've been Chef Bruce lately. I made these the best damn meatballs. They have veal, sausage, and beef. Melissa's in the house. Hi, Lark. Barb. We've had a
Hi,
lot of people
everybody.
stop by. Yeah, good to see y'all. Rick had a really cool tune. He got us all zoned out. Everybody's thinking where Trump's gonna end up in jail or not. And we're living in history. I looked up some other political criminals. Thomas Jefferson had some controversy. Long-standing allegation and historical debate over the relationship with Sally Hemings.
Yeah.
He's banging.
Which I think was proven.
Yeah, he's banging his slaves.
Yeah.
He banged a bunch of them slaves.
Well, a lot of them did. I mean, you know.
Well, they're free.
I don't mean to sound so nonchalant about it, but that's what happened.
And let's see, who else was it? Ulysses Grant, whiskey ring scandal. During Grant's presidency, the administration was implicated in the whiskey ring scandal, where government officials were accused of defrauding the federal government of tax revenue. Oh, believe that, from whiskey sales. Huh. He made some money off of booze. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you all for showing up on Facebook and on YouTube. We're having fun so far. If you want to call in, the number's right there, 727-422-7075. Rick is going to entertain us with a little bit of music for a moment, and we'll be right back. You heard him?
Guitar.
You interrupted his song, bro.
Oh, look at
I was just making it up anyways.
look.
So I was looking.
Hey,
Hey Nathan, couldn't you see he was playing guitar?
yeah, I was just.
I was just doing all those pills I gave my daughter.
I know. I was smoking the same shit.
I didn't know what to do. I was doing all them pills I gave her.
No, she's smoking vermin OG with snake of hash in the middle of it.
Okay. Well, if anyone else wants to share their pleasures of the night, I'd like to hear what you're partaking in. Unless your side is bipartisanly reluctant to do so. You know what we pay?
Hey, can you go shut my door, turn that TV off?
Hey,
I'm sorry.
hey
I
Nathan.
lost hearing in my right ear, and when too many people talk, I can't hear right, so.
That's okay. You don't want to listen to anybody anyhow.
Yeah, dude, you.
So, do you know what the interest payment is currently on our national debt?
Oh, good lord. Probably 5-6%. I don't know.
500 billion.
What?
At 500 billion.
500 billion.
And it's going to work its way up to $1 trillion within the next 5 to 7 years, they say.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And the faster we spend, the faster it'll grow.
Is that like annually or monthly or what?
that's annually. So
That's still crazy.
we'll never pay it off. That's my
No,
point.
Ever. Not in my lifetime.
Wonder who, we only owe China like, okay, let's see, how much, I'm talking to Chat GPT because it's a lot smarter than me. Does the U.S. So let's hear your take on President Trump.
My take on President Trump, I like him for one reason. When he's in office, my health and medical stuff is better.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Well,
When
that's,
Biden's in office, I lose services. So, I mean, I just think Trump, if he just keep his mouth shut, would be a damn good president.
well, see, so there's a lot of that same opinion.
Yep.
Why can't we find a fresh person? Okay.
I,
Now, Trump in 2016, he was perfect for that time. The dumbass shit he did while he was his first 4 years is like your daughter said. He didn't.
turned me off.
Well, he didn't comply at all. Right? He just wanted to fight, and he didn't really drain the swamp enough. He kept the court partway in.
Right.
But things were a lot better than they are now. And guess what? President Biden has got the worst rating of any president in history, and there's still 38% of the population thinks he's doing a great job. Now, just the fact that we have 15 million people come in across the border in the last 3 years should be alarming to everybody.
It should be, yeah.
Okay, you got Chinese nationalists. If you notice, crime is going up. We're supporting more wars, right?
Why do you think I moved to a small town in the middle of Nebraska?
And you, yeah, you're right near the military base. Good choice. Didn't you see the China balloon fly over?
He won't even see the flash. Don't worry about it.
No.
We're not near a military base.
Okay. I thought there was
And there a silo out there somewhere?
Yeah, and there a nuclear silo.
Omaha, yeah, Iowa and Omaha is like a 6-hour drive to the east of me. Colorado and Wyoming is a 6-hour drive to the west of me.
Missouri has the prison.
Missouri.
Missouri has a prison.
Did you? It's interesting. Not to change subjects, but I'm changing the subject.
Go ahead.
In South America, that one president is it San Salvador?
Right.
He's thrown 76,000 people into prison.
Because they don't believe in what he believes in.
The crime rate went down 98%.
Whoa!
Is that crazy or what? They just sent 8,000 people into a city and arrested every son of a bitch in there that had anything to do with
If that
gangs.
happened in our country, we'd lose most of our Congress, most of
Yeah.
the House. Presidents, fuck that, they're gone. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you know what? I never thought of that. I was going to see. Now, you can chime in at any time, Rick. You look like you're just relaxing back there, doing all the fucking work here.
I'm letting him do all the work.
Yeah.
Well, chime on in.
Hey, Kat's watching. Kim Williams is watching. Sharon Raymond is watching. Dave Dotson. Dan Weiner's watching. We got a nice little crowd here on Facebook.
Rick needs to get a channel just to play his songs.
Why? That's my break time. If you don't play no music, I can't stop.
Well, no, he still comes to play for you, but, you know, so we can listen to a lot of his playing.
I tell you, I want him to replay the second one a little bit because that was really nice. So, do you have anything else inspirational or?
Well, the one thing I was seriously going to ask is, about 2 weeks ago, I woke up and I can't hear in my right ear anymore. I mean, nothing. Not a thing.
Okay.
And do you think peptides might help that a bit?
Well, there could be a lot of things. I'm not a doctor.
Well, the doctors say everything's looking pretty good.
Well,
Except there's a little fluid back there, she said.
a little
They got
what?
All kinds of treatments and stuff. Fluid.
Well, I'm only a entrepreneur, not a doctor, and I didn't sleep at a hotel last night. Okay.
You weren't at a.
So I have an ear that when I sleep on my left side of my head, right? And it'll
Right.
kind of clog up. And what happens is I get cotton mouth because the eustationary tube, goes from your ear to your mouth.
Right.
And it kind of blocks that off, and then I get cotton mouth. And if I move the pillow away from my ear, I'm fine. It's the weirdest thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, I used to get a lot of earaches in that ear when I was swimming and scuba diving and stuff.
Right.
So at least you can hear out of one ear. That's my advice.
Well, that's
true.
Makes it hard to sing, though.
Yeah. Well, you might sound better. You don't know.
Well, Chris Daly said I did.
How you feeling now? I heard you weren't feeling too good last show.
No, I wasn't. I'm feeling a lot better now. I had the flu or something. I don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Everybody had it. It wasn't nice.
Well, you sound much better, brother, and I appreciate you calling in.
All right. You
And,
have a great rest of the show.
It's because of you guys like you that I'm keep doing the show, because a lot of people still enjoy our nonsense. So we appreciate it.
And this is the best show you've had so far.
Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Love you, man.
Later, Rick.
Peace.
See ya.
All right.
All right, there you go. That's Nathan from Nebraska. So if people wonder how we got a following of any type, it's because I did a show for almost 2 years on Utoya. So we have our friends and fans from there. Oops. And now we're stretching out because we're not. I lost my shell here. Whew. Okay. Valerie. Give me a call. Scott, give me a call. We're going to let Rick play some inspirational tunes while one of you gathers up the courage to break the bipartisan actions of this nation's citizens and come together and elect me for president. Now I can be one, since we have an ex-president that's a convict. I can turn in my paperwork now. Give us that ballad, Rick. That was good. That was good.
All right, I'll do
Before
that.
you got interrupted. got everybody kind of zoning out. We're meditating here. Very nice. That must have been that Bruce's Damn Hard Lemonade.
Yeah.
You got everybody all mellowed out there. All like, man, that's cool, man.
Wake up, everybody.
It's time. He's back. All right. Well, it's been a day. Been a good night. I hope you all had fun. She's playing along with her bass.
Oh,
Jeff
cool.
from Minnesota is eating his mushrooms. Melissa said hi to Barb.
Hi, guys.
And I made some meatballs. I saved Barb some because she likes connoisseur cooking. And they're the best damn meatballs.
From
Bruce's best damn
kitchen.
meatballs. Well, when I make a recipe, I like to do it like from scratch, totally,
Yeah.
right? So this has got veal, which not a lot of people use in meatballs, sausage, and grass-fed beef. Then you put in some of the marinara in there and a bunch of different herbs, and it's fucking good. So she's got some meatballs waiting on her. So I had a lot. Amanda Claire showed up. Nice to see you, Amanda. You missed part of the show, but you can watch the repeat. Now, what else I noticed I screwed up? I had 2 streams going at one time on Facebook, and one died, right? And we're still live on the other one, so I don't know how I did that. By next time, I think I'll fix that too. So if you like the show, give me a thumbs up, send us some love, right? If you had some good meditation out of Rick's pick, give him a thumbs up, give him a shout out. Because you know that theory, you subscribe, you give us thumbs up, blah, blah, blah. More people watch, and we can talk. We can break the bipartisanship in this country without a president that's not in jail. And the other one should be in jail.
The other one should be.
Let's put them
The
both
one
in
that is
jail.
president should
Why
be.
don't we just start over? That's kind of what it looks like. I want a do-over. I want to do. You know, when he got busted for that thing, in the first thing that they try and get $400 million from him, man, I never heard nothing like that either. Right?
Yeah.
He didn't even have no victim.
Yeah.
Everybody made money. Everybody got paid.
Yeah. Just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And think about it. I'm not saying this, in defense, but when you look at it from the time he said he was going to run the first time, it's been constant. And he was impeached on things that were actually not true.
Yeah.
But he was still impeached on. So he has faced this from day one.
Absolutely. Whether you like
And
him or
it
not.
gets worse and worse and worse
Yes.
and worse.
Now, if people could be, right, not judging, we all talked about this earlier. The government has been forever, divides us from race, sexual orientation, anything you can think of, religious beliefs. It's been forever, and we don't even figure it out. It's getting worse now. It's getting even worse. People, when an election only moves by 5%, okay, that's all you need to sway is 3 to 5% of the voters. That's kind of crazy to me, right? And for Trump to be a dumbass and set himself up to get in trouble like he's got in trouble, he's got to take some of the blame for that. But for Biden to stand up there and well, not just Biden, but a lot of politicians, but current politicians, go up there and lie that the inflation rate was 9% when he took office, right? That he created more jobs than anybody, that he did this, he did that. They should have, why can't they have why can't that be perjury?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, because all
Or
that is.
if you can sue somebody because their hamburger don't look the same as the picture, you think you could get some retribution out of a president or a politician that's totally fucking us over. Obviously, they don't even deny it. Now, it's really going to be interesting to see what happens to little Biden. What's his name?
Hunter.
Hunter. Little Hunter Biden. When they, do his first court case.
Yeah, because that same laptop that was nothing but Russian misinformation is now evidence in his gun trial.
Exactly. And today, the NRA got a big win on a ruling from the Supreme Court. But I say, if you're fucked up, go to jail. I went to jail when I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, right? Schiff lied. Adam Schiff lied, right?
Yep.
So what's that general that lied and went to jail? The little guy. He did a movie now. The little general.
Got me there.
He's a general, okay?
Wasn't the one in Full Metal Jacket, was he?
No, he's the one that went. I'll think of it in a minute. But I think everybody that breaks the law should go to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what the system's for. But most politicians don't. Right? We'll see what happens to Menendez. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with Hunter Biden. But when you lie and you work for us, okay, we're supposed to be, the employers. But there's 12 million government employees. So those people don't want to lose their jobs either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody says something and it might get their job, they're going to vote, for whatever party's going to keep their job. And Democrats are for bigger government, and Republicans are supposed to be, but they certainly haven't been in the last 20 years for smaller government. And people, I don't think they care one way or another, okay? But they need to care. Because if you don't care, nothing's going to change.
Well, and you see what too much government does. I mean, what happened today is part of that. I mean, look at the money that was spent on this trial.
Yeah, and a political opponent. I mean,
and on all the others, and then like Menendez, he's right there in New York too.
Now,
and same thing,
not to go back too far, but it's not that far. Hillary Clinton, she did crime. She destroyed property. All those things were a much more alienated offense than this one that happened today. That's kind of my view on it, right? If one politician can get away with something of bleaching the computer, bashing computers, hiding evidence, erasing emails, it's there's a persuasion there that's unfair, is what I would characterize it.
Yeah.
You agree?
And if you think about it, wasn't that whole the Russian collusion thing
That was
and the
proven
Hunter
to be a
laptop,
lie.
all that, I mean, but wasn't all that done to affect the outcome of an election?
Exactly.
Which is what they're saying Trump did.
Yep, Oliver North.
And they had to go, in my opinion, way far out of the way to do it.
Absolutely. So
My opinion.
yes, and listen, I think everybody should start having open opinions. You don't have to be right, okay? Just because toilet paper roll up or down, you're not wrong. It's just opinion, right? But if you discuss it in a way that's not judging or harming the other person, or without discrediting them, I think we'll all be better off. Because look what we're letting happen right underneath our noses. It's a fucking joke around here. And if you love Trump, well, good, right? Write him a letter and say, quit being so fucking, leaving yourself wide open. When he got elected 2016, he did a damn good job getting elected. They tried to beat his ass. He killed it. And 4 years later, they got to him. Then they undermined him and they beat him. Okay? Now, you could say it was rigged. Seems rigged when you watch the election, how everybody's winning until they go to bed and they wake up a loser. I don't know, man. I'm not that educated.
Hey, I will never believe 80 million people voted for Biden.
No,
I'll never believe that.
and that 65 million that Trump had was the most votes ever by a second-term president.
Right.
So not only did he get the most votes, but he got trumped by Biden.
By a shit ton. Yeah.
So, please, everybody, okay, let's come together. Let's make better decisions. Let's hold somebody accountable for a change, right? So when your friend says Biden's doing a great job or Trump's the man, maybe you ought to take a little deck of cards and mix them up and lay them out like tarot cards. What did he actually do? Nobody even really knows. They don't even look. Okay? 500 billion a year in interest only.
Yeah.
Spending 100 billion this year in Ukraine in a war you can't win. Right? Somebody blew up that pipeline and it wasn't Russia. So we're sticking our nose in Middle East business again. All right. Well, with that being said, I had fun. Yeah. All that mellow music certainly didn't tone things down around here. I appreciate Christina and Nathan calling in tonight. I hope we did a good show. I don't see any fucking thumbs up except for Melissa. She's a die-hard fan of the show. So as we pay Ukrainian politicians their, what do they call, welfare, what do you get when you, pensions.
Yeah.
Yes, as you go to bed tonight, just feel great that you're making bombs to kill Ukrainian Russian and Palestinian. You know, I kind of felt bad for the Palestinians a little bit because they're just kind of living there, and then they got this Hamas dude building tunnels underneath their whole city.
But they elected those Hamas.
Are they an elected official?
Yes.
See?
Hamas is an elected government in Gaza.
See, I thought he was like a criminal, but they elected that
They
dumbass.
elected him.
So let's see.
But
I
I mean,
gotta-
they elected him for a reason because they're promoting their cause. I get that, but yeah, they're an elected
Oh, jeez.
government, so they're kind of bringing some of that on themselves,
Okay. Well, the government is, right?
in my opinion.
Well, it's you can have you don't have to say it's not. You're not repeating my opinion.
Well, we'll have to have a disclaimer at the end.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Rick's opinions are not the same as Bruce or whoever.
So it says, if you're asking about the number of deaths in Israel over a specific period due to causes, blah, 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 come on, get general mortality. No. Death from the war between Israel and Palestine or Gaza.
Gaza.
Let's see. Dave Haskins is watching. Andrea Deason, Dave Durango, Lisa, thanks for stopping by. Or you just stop by to laugh at me, that's fine too. That's all right. I can take it. So, man, there's been a lot of fucking wars in Gaza. 2008, 212, 214, 221. No, they're not. He's not very accurate there. That was, oh. Well, Chad, you're disappointing when it comes to political questions, I'd say. But I believe there's a bunch. There's a bunch. If anyone knows, let me know. Let's try just regular search. Many casualties. You got to ask properly. October 7th, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got another one out there if you want to.
Do you want another one?
70, at least 34,000 Palestinians have been killed, and 75,000 have been injured. That's just on the Palestinian side. So our money is going to kill them people. Let's see how many Ukrainians.
I do question, some of those numbers too.
They're probably low.
And Well, I think they're inflated on one side, maybe
Man, that might be true
deflated on the
too.
other. I think the Palestinians inflate.
Yeah, that's a
On
good
one
point.
side,
That's a
the
good
Israelis
point.
deflate,
Yeah, that's a good
what
point.
the real numbers are. I mean, a lot of people, but
I think you're right. But when you look at not just the casualties, okay? So we don't know for sure. But there's at least, I guarantee you, there's 20, 30,000 people killed, easy. Right?
yeah.
There's got to be. And the amount of infrastructure is astounding. $1 trillion in Ukraine, they say. Now, how are they going to fix that?
Yeah.
Who's going to, pay for that? I don't
Well,
know.
and then of course our pier that we built for
Oh, that was a
like
joke.
$300 million,
That was a joke.
and then all the stuff that we put on that pier and send in never gets to where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I think we spent
Who
60.
didn't see that coming? you
Yeah,
know?
$60 million to build a floating pier that was falling apart before they even got it done. Oh my God, that's a Bruce's damn hard lemonade right there.
Yes, it is. That's my second one.
Yeah.
So Rick ain't gonna be worth a shit later on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So if you hadn't noticed that if you're looking at peptides, okay, we have peptide patches now. So if you want to lose weight, you don't have to pay for that Ozempic. You can get the semaglutide right here in a
Which
patch.
is the same ingredient, right?
Same
It's the
ingredient.
Same main ingredient.
Yep, they give you a month's supply at a fraction of the cost of Ozempic. You can get the TB500 for what I'm taking, and put it in a wounded area like your knee or your shoulder, wherever it hurts, and it can isolate it, getting great response from the doctors. And of course, you can get pills, you can get injectables, all types of things, and we're going to be promoting these peptides more and more as the show progresses. Utoya.com. If you're interested in any of their delicious goodies, Best Life is a promo code for both Pure Peptides and for Utoya.com. That pays for house weed for the show. Okay? Just so you know. And I
Perfect.
think, Rick, we're at 6:59.
All right.
I think we had a fun show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Rick's going to finish it with a little tune. God bless you. Make sure to hug your wife, kiss your girlfriend, tell your children you love them, be kind to your dog, and don't knock over your neighbor's trash can. Again, I promise I won't.